Now this next tool is something that the Adobe designers really earn their paychecks on. This next thing is just nothing short of magic. So let me show you how it works. It's called the Content Aware Move tool, and it's brand new in version CS6. And we'll go ahead and choose this icon here, Content Aware Move tool, and let's examine this image and establish a premise for using the tool. And I love this shot of Sarah. This really does capture her personality and her beauty and her freewheeling spirit. This is a shot in Graz in her apartment building, strangely enough, and her building is a very old building. It's probably 200 to 300 years old, and it has this really cool, huge metal door in the back of the building, and I put her in front of that because I knew I loved that background. But the thing about this specific shot that I would really like to improve upon is to move her over just a little bit, because I've got this border right here and it creates an imbalance in the image. Now I could crop it, and just by way of demonstration very quickly, let me show you what the options are for cropping this thing. If I hold down the shift key, left click and drag up, I can reposition this and put it right here, and then of course I can crop it that way. But I want it to be centered. I really want her to be centered in the middle of this old door. So let's go ahead and go back to the beginning, and let's look at another way to solve this problem. We're going to use the Content Aware Move tool chosen here, and we'll just take a sample. We'll draw a sample around her entire body. Come down the bottom. Come up around the hair. Connect it. And you'll see we've established the marching ants, which makes it a selection. Put the cursor inside the marching ants, left click, hold it down, and then just drag it across. Now the one thing you want to make sure and do is align the horizontal lines in the image. Of course that's going to be automatically done because this image does extend itself all the way to the bottom of the image, the bottom border of the image. So it'll automatically align. Then all you do, let's see if I got this where I want it to be. Right about, I'm going to call it right about there. And you just wait a little minute. Now this is a high-res image. I do these demonstrations on 16-bit TIFFs, which are huge files, and it does take a little bit of time. If you're using JPEGs, it'll run obviously a lot faster. I always work on high-res TIFFs, never just JPEGs. High-res TIFFs are the ones that have all of the image information in them, and if you're going to do some adjustments in Photoshop, then you want as much digital information as you can possibly lay your hands on so that the result is the best that you can possibly generate. And there you have it. We hit Control D or Command D on the Mac to get rid of the marching ants, and look at that. Are you amazed or what? Now the only area we have to fix is this little gap right here in the seam, and I guess that's the only place where there's a gap, but that's very easy to fix. And there's a few of the rivets down here on this hinge that if we were really wanting to be perfect we could go to get rid of, but that's by no means a distraction to the image, but it is centered a whole lot better. So now we can come up with the crop tool, and let's go ahead and maintain this same aspect ratio, and there we have a centered image that looks, in my mind, a lot better than the previous version. So Content Aware Move tool, go ahead and practice with it. It is absolutely magic.